My friendy, my name is Caitlin Anwin, and today I am going to be your tour guide. We're going to be taking a tour around the freshly completed Balayong Zoo, and this is going to be the final episode of this speed build series. And I thought we would start off with taking a walk around. And this is going to be the exclusive tour. We are not opening the zoo up to guests yet. You are my VIP guests, and we're going to be taking a tour around the whole zoo. You're going to have to forgive me for some shoddy camera angles. I'm not so great at getting around all of these pathways. So the habitat on the left is the Malayan tapirs. And they are in a mangrove forest. And what you can see on the right now is the Chinese pangolins burrow. I'm going to be putting a link in the iCards up there for the whole playlist and some of the most recent builds for this zoo. On the left we have the Babirusas in the Princess Castle, which was a viewer's suggestion, and this is probably my favorite habitat. But you're gonna have to let me know once we've had the full tour what habitat is your favorite. And this one's super fun. I love the Babirusas. They're just ugly cute. Then we come down this little hill and we've got a few shops to replenish some hunger and thirst from walking all of that way. And here's a stop for the Balayong bus, which we're going to be riding on the end. And now on the right, we have the Dholes habitat. And the Dholes live in an abandoned village. And behind the village is a little farm village, and they've got some plants and like an abandoned farm which is kind of flooded. Now we're going to go down this hill, and on the right we have Red Panda Rainbow Park or Rainbow Playground. And I love this habitat. It's super colourful, and I love the rainbows on top of the education boards. Super duper fun. And behind us, now at the front, we have the last habitat we built, which is the Clouded Leopards cat tree. As you can probably tell, I love doing kind of wacky habitat builds. I had a lot of fun doing really wacky concepts, and now we're going to get into the Balayang Bug House. And the main feature is the leaf insect, but we also have giant forest scorpions in here too. And some shops, some bathrooms, and a nice little conservatory. I'm gonna get back out of there now and down this path. Ooh, which way should we go? We'll go right. And this is a struggle for me because I'm not good with my left and right, but I'm gonna do my best. Down on the left, down there, is the Komodo dragon's volcano, and a little cave made out of volcanic rock. Everything is in the East Asia theme, but it is all pink and white to go with the cherry blossom Balayong theme, because if you've missed any of the previous videos, Balayong is the cherry blossom tree native to the Philippines, and this map is in the Philippines. And now in front of us we have the Proboscis monkey habitat, and this one has a deforestation theme. So right at the top we have a deforested area where humans have taken over and taken camp. And then we have a nice lush rainforest going through over the river. I really love the rope bridge. That was kind of tricky to make, but it was really fun at the same time. And I will go back down because that was kind of a dead end. I've kind of made this zoo a little bit of a maze. Hopefully my guests will stay around a bit longer. It's kind of like IKEA. They'll follow some paths and get lost, go up the stairs and onto the elevated pathway next to the dolls and above the red pandas. You might spot a few bits that I may have missed in the zoo when I have slightly moved some pathways and forgotten to move certain things. If you spot it, put it in the comments and let me know. And now we're on this higher pathway. We have the Proboscis Monkeys on the left now, and the Chinese pangolin on the right. And you can see in the burrows on this side, we have some sneaky little peepholes of the burrow, and you can see right into the burrow for the Chinese pangolin, and it's got a lovely rock feature wall in there as well. And even though these pathways are quite wide to stop congestion, it's kind of hard to try and snake my way through all of these curvy pathways. And you might notice that I've put some vending machines around on some of the paths as well, so guests don't get hungry or thirsty while they are lost in these twisting pathways. And then we can see the other side of the proboscis monkey habitat, and on the right we have the peafowls farm, and on the left we have our sunny honey habitat for the sunbase. The beautiful, if I do say so myself, sun mural and honeycomb climbing structure. And if we go all the way around the back of this pathway, we can actually get into the peafowl habitat, because I've made this one a walkthrough habitat. So this might encourage some guests to get all the way at the back here, right into the red barn, and you have to walk through the red barn to get into the peafowl's farm. This was super fun to make. And this one really doesn't follow our pink cherry blossom color scheme, but it just looks so much fun. And we got little selfie stations all around the farm, and you can see the peafowl climbing all over the little veggie patch that I've put down, and a nice little scarecrow that I got off the Steam workshop. I absolutely love this little farm. I think it's so much fun, and for like pretty much at the end of this pathway, I think it's a bit of fun to get in and walk through a habitat. And now we're going to make our way back, and once we get around this side, you can definitely tell that we are on a mountain top. You can see the mountain stretching over on each side, and we're back in the little shopping area, and we're going to go up a different path up along this side of the mountain. And the Binturong Habitat is super special. It has a tree house going through the middle of the pathway, and you can see the Binturongs have really enjoyed their habitat. There are quite a few Binturong going around here, but we can walk straight under the tree house, and we've got a lovely circular pathway under here, and we can see the Binturong climbing up just next to us. And underneath this pathway are the Malayan tapirs, and you can see the waterfall, and you can see the tapirs swimming around and down there. Isn't that lovely? I love this. I love that everything kind of twists and turns and kind of joins in together. And a better view of the treehouse from there as well. And now on our way back down into the cherry blossom courtyard. And another station. This is the first station for the Balayong bus. It's not technically a bus, but I like the alliteration. And now we're back to the beginning with the cherry blossom courtyard. And that was really tiring. We walked around the whole zoo. We did stop for a little bit of a snack, but let's pop into the courtyard for our last little bit and grab ourselves a snack, because it is super tiring walking around that whole zoo. Definitely good for my zoo profits anyway. And here's what inspired it all, the cherry blossom courtyard. And you can walk around all of this, even though I've put like a flooring down for this part. It's super pink in here. I absolutely love it. We have lots of different shops. We can grab food, drinks, souvenirs, and we can go to the bathroom here, which I almost forgot, and then sit around the cherry blossom greenhouse area and chill out on some benches. We've got some shade just in case it's super warm because this is a tropical climate, and replenish our energy before we go home. So there's two different ways of getting in and out of this courtyard as well. So we'll go in on the one side and we will leave on the other, so we can see around that corner as well. You can probably tell I did try to stick to the same sort of architecture for all of the shop buildings and the staff buildings around the zoo as well, to match everything in with the East Asian style but still make everything pink and cute to match in with the cherry blossoms. And now we are back at the beginning again. It is time for the grand opening. Open up the zoo for the first time. And the first person in the zoo with that purple top on is my own like little Planet Zoo character with the ice cream hat. I don't know why I had an ice cream hat on, but I was the first visitor in the zoo, which I thought was really fun. And I think I actually went through 30 in-game years, and it's actually taken me months to do this, but I've saved separately every time I've gone into the game, and it's taken me in total 32 days of building to create this zoo. But then obviously I've had recording and editing as well, so I will put up on screen how many actual days it took to build this zoo. And to finish everything off, I thought I would take us on a little tour around the zoo on Balayong bus. I finished off the station buildings off camera, and I thought it'd be nice to take a little trip around on the transport ride for the last little bit. I really enjoy the transport rides. It's a lovely, like, smooth way of getting around, and you can actually see different angles of their habitats than what you would see on the pathway. So on the right, down the hill a little bit, we have the Mangrove Forest where the tapirs live. And the ride track goes all the way over the waterfall, which I think is absolutely beautiful. It kind of looks like you're riding over the waterfall. And there's a fun game with this. How many different habitat animals do we see while we're on our ride? So I can kind of see two tapirs there, and oh, there's a little binturong over on the other side. That's the lower part of the habitat underneath the treehouse. And on to our technically second station of the transport ride. And the other good thing about the station buildings is that I've put the signs up on the inside to show you what animals are nearby. When you stop, you can see which animals are closest to you over on the doorways, and then the signs right in front of the like exit of the building is what animals we'll be seeing next. And this part is just absolutely beautiful because it's so high up and you can see all of the mountains across the whole map. I think a part of this is seeing the scenery around as well, because this is so near the edge of the hill. It's so pretty. But we can see the Babirusa's Princess Castle on the right. So this is a new station building. We haven't seen this one before. And I've put the signs for the leaf insect and the clouded leopard for this one. We're gonna go along this station towards the sun bears and the Proboscis monkeys. I didn't have all of the animal signs up for the station buildings, but some of these aren't from the Southeast Asia pack, so we don't have all of the animal signs. I just put the animals from the DLC in the stations because these are like the main feature of the zoo. And now we're going right along the back of the zoo now, down to the clouded leopard's habitat. And this is like the tropical rainforest part of the habitat, and we could kind of see some fun domestic cat items going in. And maybe we'll spot a clouded leopard there past the stream. I actually put that little stream down so we could see that while we were on the track. And this bit, if you were scared of heights, would be absolutely terrifying. Would not look back there. But there's the cat tree or climbing structure inspired by a cat tree and a little cat shelter as well. And now onto the Komodo dragon's habitat, and this one's Volcano, inspired by my trip to Iceland when I was 21. Inspired by my trip to Iceland. I absolutely love that holiday. So this is actually like a dormant volcano is what I'm calling it, but it does smoke, as you can see. And you can see the Balayang Bug House in the background of that as well. The light is reflecting off the tracks. That looks really, really pretty. I think this is one of my favourite parts of finishing off building a zoo, is having a ride on the transport ride with everything completed. And as you can see, if you exit this one, you will see the proboscis and the sunbay. And now I've got some signs for the Malayan tapir and the Binturong, because that will be the first and last stop of this ride. So now on to seeing the proboscis first. And as you can probably tell, I really like waterfalls, because we have a little water feature at the start of this river. And you can see the proboscis monkey climbing around on all of the fun climbing equipment that I've added into the back of this habitat. For the sunbays, there's another sun mural on the other side of this like sun house habitat shelter. Let's see if we can spot a sunbay. Oh, I just seen one. And the like sun pool, and right in the background you can see the little peafowl farm with the red barn. And this is super fun. You really can't see this side of the sunbay habitat from any of the pathways. You can only see this on the ride. And this is one of my favorite parts of the habitat, is these bee boxes. I think it's the Beekeepers Collection by Amazing. I'll write it on screen and I'll put it in the description. But you might be able to see the dandelion special effect, which kind of makes it look like there's bees flying around this lovely wild meadow here. And you can't really see that well on the pathways, but there is a... I always forget this word. There is a beehive hanging from that kapok tree as well, so the sunbays climb up the honeycomb structure to get up to the beehive. And right in the back you can see the red barn for the peafowls. And that is going to be the end of the Balayong Zoo, unless there's an announcement between me recording this and uploading it, because obviously I pre-record a little bit. I might take a little break in between this series, and hopefully we will have a brand new DLC to play with for Planet Zoo soon. I've seen a few leaks, but they're not super like concrete or anything. I don't know. Nothing's official yet, but I have seen on Reddit that maybe we will be getting an African themed DLC soon. But as you can tell with like most leaks, unless it is official and announced by Frontier, I'm not going to take anything for granted. I'm not going to count my chickens before the eggs hatch. Is that the saying? I don't know. I've been building too much and chatting too much, so I'm going to leave it off there. We're going to be taking a little break after this. Obviously, if you're watching this after I've posted it and it's not in like present time, this is not going to matter too much to you. But I'm going to be taking a break until the next DLC comes out. Give my brain a little bit of rejuvenation because I have used a lot of my brain's creativity creating this zoo. As you can probably tell, it's been a lot. But I've had a lot of fun, and I hope you've had a lot of fun as well. Let me know which is your favourite habitat and your favourite animal from the Southeast Asia Animal Pack, and I will leave it off there. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, and if you haven't already and you would like to, it would mean a lot to me if you could subscribe and hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload a new video. I usually upload on Wednesdays and Saturdays around 7 PM my time. and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Goodbye. That's it. I'm done. Oh, what do I do now?